This week we have some information for you from a couple of sources. This week we have a couple of different tips for you from different sources. The first one is an article we read about staging, home staging, and it comes from Risk Media. It's called The 5 Golden Rules of Home Staging. And so we're going to go through those, but if you want the full infographic, we'll be happy to give you a link that's below. But the 5 golden rules, Rick, start with number 1.
Number 1, depersonalize. Very simply, get rid of all the things that talks about who you and who you are, who your family is, what your religion is, all of those things that identify you that are personal.
And the reason we want to do that is to have the potential buyers come in and put their things in place of where yours were. So we want them to put their pictures on the wall and their couch in the living room and their memorabilia and special display areas. We want them to put their things on it. So we want you to take it off. Now number 2.
Number 2 is maximize. Very simply put is let the space expand. You remove those things that will take up space. Get rid of the clutter. Make as much space as you can. Put only the few number of pieces of furniture in a room that you need to. The tops of desks and tables need to be clear except for maybe 2 or 3 items.
And then don't forget your closets. You need to take things out. And yeah, I know you decluttered and put everything in the closets, but really you're going to have to box those up and take them off site, maybe to a storage unit or something like that if you can't get rid of them. But really, you got to just do every corner, behind everything, every door. It all has to be maximized. All right, number 3.
Number 3 is sanitize. Self-explanatory. Clean, clean, clean. It's got to be clean. It's got to look clean. It's got to be clean. It's got to smell clean.
Yeah, don't forget that smelling. You have to really make sure that it doesn't have lingering your odors. And those can be pleasant to you. Of course, we all leave our stamp on our spaces. So be sure and have somebody from outside come in and let you know what they're smelling, and you don't really want to do that. But don't try to cover it up too much. Don't perfume the air. Don't, do too much air freshener, scents, those kinds of things. Try to make it fresh and just neutral. Okay, number 4.
Number 4 is modernize. All of the stuff that's been hanging around for a long, long time, stuff that you've hung on to because you just have a close attachment to it, the gold or brass faucets and fixtures, get rid of those. Brass faucets and fixtures can easily be replaced with nickel or chrome plated or brushed chrome plated, and they just look more modern.
And you know what else makes a really difference in that modernization is your hardware, your doorknobs and key sets, your cabinet pulls, all those kinds of things can just a quick change out, an easy 1 screwdriver change out, and those really make a difference. So be sure and pay attention to that. Then the last tip is number 5.
Number 5 is neutralize. You want to have colors that are neutral, colors that will allow your potential buyer to picture their things in there, things that won't detract, things that are calming, things that add space to the home.
And most of the time I say, no dead heads on the wall. That's it.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay, well now we have another article we want to talk to you about. Don't forget you can get a link to that article. We'll be happy to give that to you in the below space. Then the next piece we want to tell you about is our newsletter. We sent out a newsletter in January. We're going to do it every month. But the January one had some really good tips. If you got our newsletter already, great, hope you read it. If you didn't get it, then you just need to contact us and I'll email it to you. So be sure and do that if you're interested. The articles in there this month included one on selling your home in the winter and how to get it ready and to display it best in winter. So there's some really good tips.
The 4th article was the recipe for wild rice soup. Now, yes, wild rice is nothing more than grass seed, a wild grass seed, but it has a great texture, it picks up other flavors, and it's just wonderful.
Yeah, so Rick went right for the recipe. I hope a lot of you people do enjoy that. We do include a recipe every month. A couple of the other articles in that newsletter included a paint forecast for 2015, mentioning good colors that are popular now and why, and then doing a bathroom remodel for less than $1,000. There's some good tips in there to do that. That's it for this week. We're going to be back next week with some new tips and tricks and things to talk about in the real estate world. And don't forget, we always are looking for new listings and new buyers, so please contact us for your real estate needs too.
This is recording it.
No, I got it.
I'm going to blackmail you with this.
Okay.